This is Cal O Ween, and if you love costumes and Halloween as much as I do, you may want to subscribe, because I'm going to be showing you how to make some awesome costumes without breaking the bank, maybe even using some stuff you already have at home. Today's costume is something I've been thinking about doing for a while, but I haven't had the body for it. I've lost about 10 pounds. I'm on this program, and so I thought I'll do it now. You know, what better time than now? This costume is a Greek statue. Now, I've been wanting to do Venus de Milo for a long time, but I have arms, and she's missing both of her arms. So I could always paint the bottom half black, but I just decided to do a Greek statue costume, just a general Greek statue. This costume will be great if you're going to like Fantasy Fest and you're doing the body paint, or like a fetish inspired fantasy sort of party. So, and you can also, if you're not going to like a place like that where nudity is acceptable, you can also wear a, you know, just like a tube top or something. It doesn't have to necessarily be bare on the top. So there's lots of ways to do it. Let's go ahead and get started. So here's today's costume. This is actually a white duvet cover I bought for $2 at the thrift store. This foliage was like $10 at Michael's, but they always have a coupon for 20% off, so I ended up, I think after my full order, I ended up not paying anything for it. Everything that I had to get, once the money was taken up, I had a 20% off coupon, and one of the things was on sale. So I paid little to nothing for this. I have air dry clay from Crayola, a can of Rust-Oleum stone spray paint. I've got some styrofoam that I saved from a package that I got earlier this year, and some plastic. I've got 2 stacked so they'd be stronger, plastic planter that I just got from Home Depot. I liked the design on the sides. I thought it looked like a column, a Greek column, so that's why I bought it. And I really wanted square, because all the round ones weren't actually cylindrical. They looked like a flower pot. So I wanted to kind of get away from it looking too much like a flower pot. And then for our hair, you're going to need a couple cans of the white hair spray paint. Reason why we're spray painting it is because it's going to be practically glued down to our heads from hair gel. And it's going to take a while for that to dry, and then we're going to spray on top of it so that it actually kind of looks like stone. That's the entire outfit. For the costume alone, I paid like $2, $3 for it. The rest of this stuff is just for photos. I mean, you can make your own column if you want to. I'm going to go ahead and include that in the tutorial, how I do it. This is not strong enough to hold my weight. I'm actually going to put something under it so that it doesn't collapse. It's pretty strong. I can get up there, but it will start to dent in. So I'm just going to put something underneath it. And if you were to make one, you would need to put something underneath it as well. But that's the entire costume. I'm already starting to turn into a Greek statue. I had to do all this off camera because I have to be like right in the mirror and I'm pinning things up and I'm looking at the back of my head and the whole thing is just... I stuffed my hair with paper towels because I don't have really thick hair. And Greeks kind of do. They have thick, curly, you know, a lot of volume in their hair. So I stuffed with paper towels and I rolled my hair up around the paper towels and pinned it. And then took the paper towels down here and brought my hair up around it. While I was doing that, it was nice and wet with some gel. Just any kind of goobery gel you want to use to get your hair to where it's going to be like almost stiff. It's, you know, it's stiff. So I actually had to sleep in this. I've been having some issues with spray painting because it's been so humid here. And because of the humidity, it's like spray painting something and putting it in a steam room or a sauna to dry. It's just not going to dry. It just stays wet. So I had to wait overnight for my stuff to dry and my hair was already done. It wasn't spray painted, but it was done. And this is just that hairspray paint. I already threw the bottles away because I emptied both of them. So you're going to need, you know, my hair is darker. I mean, it's not platinum or anything like that, so I need more. So if you have like a platinum hair, it won't take much of the spray, maybe just a bottle or so. But I have darker hair, so I need more. So I used 2 whole cans of that on my hair. After it was dry with the gel, I sprayed the crap out of it just using some Aquanet, and then I sprayed the white on there. So it looks pretty good. You know, I had some of this foliage. Well, I bought some of it and spray painted it as well. And that didn't even dry either. And something like that should dry quick. But because of the humidity, it's not drying quickly. So keep that in mind because I don't know how much this heat is going to last. And I know that all across the U.S., no matter where you are, it's a lot hotter this year than it has been in previous years. So don't wait till the last minute to do your costume or to get what you need this year, because I've had problems with shipping, I've had problems with the weather, all kinds of stuff. I'm doing this all the time, but if you wait till last minute, you might be SOL, if you know what I'm saying. So make sure you're giving yourself enough time and you're getting the things you need early. You're going and buying them. Even Spirit Halloween, if I've noticed for not just this year, but last year too. Once they run out of stuff, it's gone. They don't replenish it like they would have in previous years. It's just because of all the shipping problems and things that we're having right now. Trust me, I've had to really be creative this year. For the makeup, I'm kind of just yammering on while I'm waiting for my eyebrows to dry, which I just did with the glue, glued down my eyebrows. Elmer's, you know, the glue stick. Also, you know, I have my water. For those of you who may be joining me for the first time, I do use the Midnight Aqua colors. I like them. I've said that many times. But also, don't forget to look down in the description box. I'm going to be putting everything that I used in that description box. So that way when you go to buy your makeups, you'll know what colors to buy and where to get them and things like that. These are about $7 if you buy more than one. I have Midnight in Cloud White. I have the Midnight Aqua. These are both Midnight Aqua. I have the Midnight Aqua in gray. And then I also have the Midnight Cream in gray and the Clown White Midnight Cream. So it's just gray and white. That's basically it. No other colors. A lot of white. And you know, I've got a sheet. That's the costume. This would be a great costume if you're going to a toga party, if you're going to a fetish party, or if you're going to Fantasy Fest, because you could always go topless with this one too. I think I'm going to cover up the puppies today because I don't know how that goes on YouTube. Like, they would have been covered up anyway using my arms is what I was going to do. But I got kind of a lot of stuff going on up here and not trying to blind anyone today. So let's go ahead and start with our white and get to whiting our face. I know my sponge looks gnarly because there's all these colors that are still stuck in it. but I just cleaned it with bleach. So it's despite what it looks like, it's pretty clean. With this one, obviously, we're white, so you can go up into your hairline, and it isn't gonna matter. Well, most of the time, a lot of times we're wearing a wig anyway, so you can go as far up into that hairline as you want. I'm getting ready to go to Louisville in like 2 weeks. It crept up on me. So I'm just trying to get as many of these out to you as possible. So when I actually leave for Louisville, I'm gonna have a bunch already ready to go. That way we're not missing any time together. I'm gonna do my body off camera. Right now I'm just doing my face. Obviously a lot of my body is gonna be showing, my arms, my upper chest, my feet. None of my leg or anything like that's gonna be showing. You're obviously gonna want a white anywhere that can be seen. So if your legs are gonna be showing, I'd either wear a white pantyhose or paint them as well. Ears gotta be painted pretty white. So I'll go down into my chest a little bit here. I have never done this costume before. It's my first time, but I've always thought about it because I've always thought, man, that would be a really good costume to do for little to nothing, you know? Like you don't need much at all. Now I made the column for the costume only because I'm going to be taking pictures and stuff and not carrying it around with me or anything, but I just kind of made it as a prop for my photos. You can do that if you wish. I suggest using something lightweight like I did the plastic containers or something. Obviously you don't want to be carrying around a cement column, you know, if you're going out, but find a way to support it. Get a 2 or 3 so that it can support your weight, and then put like a wooden piece under it or something that will be able to support your weight, and something also that's not going to be heavy, because the columns like plant columns, you can get them at a plant shop or something. They're very expensive. I was looking at them, they range anywhere from $70 all the way up to like over $100, and I was like, I'm not doing that. Nope, not just for a picture or two. Now I'm going to start adding some shading under the nose, under the chin, under my eyes. All the unders really with the gray. I was looking at some photos earlier, Greek statues. So I was seeing where their shading was. Maceo wants to be on camera again. He's real frisky today because we gave him wet food. So like kind of up here too, top of the head. Maceo, get down. He's all over my stuff. See how that shade looks pretty cool? I'm turning into stone. This kind of reminded me a little bit of the shading for the Maryland, the Warhol Maryland that I did. It's going to be a lot like that, only in gray and white. And up here, I want a little more white on the, sometimes I get carried away. You really want it to blend. All right, underneath the nose, I want kind of like a highlight too, right under my eye. So I'm gonna add a little more white there. Adding a highlight just under my eyes. So I just, on the one side I have my white to touch up, and then I flip it around and then I have the gray. So typically, how I usually always do that. Just blend in this a little bit better. Right. Obviously, if you want to do a couple's costume, you could do 2 Greek statues. I actually was thinking about doing the thinker. But that'd be really hard to get that masculine sort of, masculine body. I'd have to get like a bodysuit of some kind that looks masculine and paint that. I just gotta work with what I got, you know. There's so many statues that I really love. And a lot of them are guys. Or women that kind of look like guys. Like the Statue of Liberty. I did her. I'm gonna go around my eye a little bit. You know, anywhere where there would be a shadow, you're gonna kind of do the gray. And it's gonna help make it a bit more 3D. And it's going to look fabulous. Don't worry. Maceo, please. I don't usually have him around when I'm filming. But he loves this room. He doesn't like me to close the door to it. Also, this room is his hiding place when there's a storm. So Maybe that's it. He just don't want to be locked out just in case there's a storm. Kind of like the way that looks. I was gonna go with the cream, but I went a little bit over here and I kind of like the way that looks. I'm gonna wear white contact lenses with this one, and they're not the white with the pupils, they're the white out lenses. They're the ones you can barely see in because their eyes are white. So I'm gonna wait until my whole body's done and then I'm going to put them in after. Kind of messed up a little. I didn't pinch it good enough. It's just gonna be bigger. I think it looks pretty good. Statues are out in the weather, you know, they're not really perfect. All right, now I'm gonna take my Ben Nye cream, and that's where I'm gonna do my lips, maybe my eyebrows, a little under my eyes. If you're going out, you're definitely gonna wanna take some of your makeup with you. And also don't forget to use your Ben Nye Final Seal, because you're gonna be body painted. You're gonna need that. I'm just adding a little bit of shadow to the places that there would be. A little bit maybe over here, just a little bit. I'm also gonna put some white liner on my waterline. And I think I'm just gonna do a thin brow, real thin light. Probably gonna put white on top of that. I still have the cream. Still working with the Ben Nye gray cream. That doesn't look very thin, but I've got another one of these. I'm now whining. I'm not whining just yet. I'm lining my waterline with this pencil here. Just a white pencil. I'm not doing mascara. I had highlighted or low lighted, whatever you want to call it, my cheekbones just to give me some definition in the cheekbone area. I want to do a little bit down here where there would normally be some shadowing. Alright, I mentioned something about putting some white in my eyebrows because I honestly think that theirs are mostly white. Just wanted them to be more defined. Alright, I'm going to put the rest of my makeup on. The face is pretty much done other than putting my contacts in, and that's going to be last. So I'll see you soon. We'll go take some photos. All dressed up and nowhere to go. I guess we should go take some photos. Thank you so much for joining me again today. I hope you loved this costume. This costume, like I said, it would be great for a toga party, if you're going to a fetish party, a fetish ball, or the Key West Fantasy Fest, or anything like that, because you could actually do this one topless and just wrap a sheet around the bottom and do all body paint. It looks a lot better in person than it photographed for some reason, but I love it. I think it's actually a pretty beautiful costume. I was gonna put contacts in and I didn't because my contacts, when I went to get them out, had dried out. But I had rehydrated them enough to put one in, and my eyes are so dark that it didn't look that white anyway. So I thought, screw it. It looks great as it is. And there are plenty of opportunities or options for couples costumes as well with this costume. Please remember to like, subscribe, share, leave a comment down below. I'd love to know what you think about the costumes and if you're going to use any of these ideas. And that'll do it for today's episode. I'll see you next time.